Hey, what's going on, folks? This is Jay, and today we're going to talk about multifamily real estate investing. And how does multifamily investing compare against investing in single family homes, and why you should invest in multifamily. So stay tuned and let's get started. All right, so if you're looking at my screen here, we've split this graphic into four sections: pros and cons of investing in single family homes, and pros and cons of investing in multifamily, to give you an overall big picture view of what it means to invest in single family versus multifamily. So let's start with looking at the pros of investing in single family homes or multifamily up to 4 units, which are still considered residential. First and foremost, these are easier to find. Typically, you will notice a higher inventory of single family homes in any city, and they're also easier to finance from banks because there's plenty of homeowners buying houses all the time. They're also easier to self manage because the scale is smaller. When you're looking at a single house, it's typically easy to manage the finances, the maintenance of that property, so you can DIY the property management. They're also easier to sell, meaning faster liquidity. Single family homes are bought and sold every single day. So it's very easy, especially in the seller's market that we are in now, it's very easy to sell these single family homes. So you are getting a faster liquidity. And finally, tenants take upon themselves some of the maintenance activities, especially activities like landscaping, lawn mowing. That becomes tenants' responsibility. So that takes away a little bit of management overhead from your shoulders. Now let's take a look at some of the cons of these single family homes. It's all or nothing. Your single family home is going to be either 100% occupied and rented, or if your tenant leaves you, it's 100% vacant. There's nothing in between. It's harder to scale. Just imagine a portfolio of single family homes spread all across the city or all across the country even. How difficult would it be to manage these single family homes spread all across the country? Additionally, banks would give you only up to 10 loans to buy single family homes because these are individual loans which are against your debt to income ratio. It's against your name. So you can only get up to 10 loans. So after you have 10 loans that which you use to buy 10 homes, it's very difficult to scale after you've reached that point. And most banks actually stop lending after you've crossed 5 or 6. Limited or no forced appreciation. So the term forced appreciation is more applicable to commercial real estate. That's because of the way the properties are appraised. When it comes to single family homes, the properties are appraised using a comparables approach, meaning the value of your home, single family home, is determined by the average of the value of some of the comparable properties being sold in your neighborhood. So, irrespective of how many upgrades you do or what rents you're getting, it is still to a good extent, the value is still dependent on some of the neighboring properties. And finally, lower rent to expense ratio. Typically, with single family homes, the expenses are slightly on the higher side as compared to the rent income that you're generating, meaning by the end of the day, lower cash flow. Now, let's move on to multifamily. Let's look at some of the pros and benefits that multifamily investing offers. First and foremost, economies of scale. When you have multiple units, 50, 100 units under one roof, the cost of maintenance is spread across multiple different units. So for example, if you have to replace a roof of single family home, it's going to cost you about $15,000 to $20,000. Take the same thing if you want to replace a roof on a multifamily building that has 50 units, it's going to cost you about $30,000. But then the cost of replacement of the roof per unit or per apartment is a lot lower. So the cost of maintenance, replacement, expenses get split or spread across multiple different units. So that's economies of scale. Additionally, you can get unlimited loans to purchase multifamily properties. Multifamily properties are looked as a business, and you get commercial loans to fund these properties. What drives the loans is the performance of the property, not your individual income. So you can get unlimited loans as long as the property is performing. Better cash flow and profits. Because of economies of scale, the rent to expense ratio on multifamily properties is a lot better, meaning better cash flow, since you're getting higher rental income and lower expenses, giving you better cash flows. Next, forced appreciation. Now, multifamily properties are appraised using an income-based approach. What that means is the value of your multifamily property is determined by the net operating income, or the income that the asset produces. So if you have creative ways of increasing the income of your property by boosting rents, by doing value add rehabs, and cutting down expenses, you are essentially increasing the value of the property, which is forced appreciation. Professional management is also available for larger multifamily assets. These professional management companies have great systems, tools, and processes in place that you can readily leverage to properly manage your properties. And finally, tax benefits. There are incredible tax benefits on commercial multifamily properties, especially appreciated depreciation and 1031 exchanges. Now, 1031 exchanges are also available on single family homes, but you can truly take advantage of accelerated depreciation or bonus depreciation by doing what we call as the cost segregation study on commercial multifamily properties. To get more information about this, please consult your CPA. Now, finally, let's talk about some of the cons with multifamily properties. They are more expensive to buy. Well, they are bigger properties, so of course they're more expensive to buy. You need a proven track record to buy these properties. Before lending on commercial multifamily properties, the banks want to know if you have experience and a proven track record to manage these types of large assets. Also, the deals are typically harder to find because a lot of multifamily properties get traded off market through relationships, through broker relationships or word of mouth. So typically you need a good network to be able to find the right deals with commercial multifamily properties. And finally, given the size of these assets, they are management intensive. You can DIY property management on assets this large. But all of these problems can be outsourced by either working in a partnership, by working with people who are experienced in the space, or by investing in a syndication. By investing in a syndication, you're passively buying these larger multifamily properties, while the core set of GPs or general partners who are experienced in buying, managing, and disposing of multifamily properties do all the hard work, while you get to reap the benefits of investing in multifamily properties completely passively. So I hope this information was helpful for you. Please reach out to us anytime if you have any questions. If this was helpful, please feel free to like this video and subscribe to our channel. And you can also check us out at compoundingcapitalgroup.com. Thank you and have a blessed day.